So as John mentioned in the open, very, very exciting news to start 2025 for Rail Talk. Epic Insurance is our new sponsor. We're so excited and so thrilled to welcome them aboard, joining obviously our esteemed sponsors, Facing Tipton, the Green Group, TaylorMade, Aryan Pedigrees, Black Dog Bloodstock, Epic Insurance. Welcome to the family. Our buddy Chris Moore, who's the president of the equine division over there, one of the homies, one of our favorite members of the Rail Talk family. Shout out to Chris. Always see him at the sales and at the races. Huge racing fan. And just a little bit about Epic. They're one of the largest equine insurance agencies in the United States. They represent premier equine insurers. They have a broad, extensive range of equine insurance and services that help their clients secure the coverage they need to mitigate risk, because we all know this is a risky business. They help you find coverage that's specifically designed to protect your particular horse or animal. Equine insurance coverage provides comprehensive protection, whether you're a personal owner or you're running a commercial business. And liability insurance is available for a variety of equine-related activities, not just thoroughbreds, ranging from full-scale commercial horse boarding, training and riding instruction, operations to the backyard horse owners' personal pleasure use. And they have complete property and liability packages available for equine properties, from the small pleasure horse farm all the way on up to the affluent equestrian estates and commercial equestrian operations. And they offer workman's compensation for most types of businesses, including the equine industry. Listen, John, this is a big deal for us. And, this is something that is an absolute necessity in the horse business, because we know it's risky. We know things can happen. Accidents can happen. And John, isn't that why you guys use Epic?
No, it's exactly, Joe. There's a couple of reasons why we use Epic. I mean, certainly some of the ones that you've mentioned. Chris Moore not only runs their division, the equine division, but he's also a horse owner himself. So he understands the game. He understands the industry. He understands the risks that are involved. And Joe, we've had equine insurance on our horse inventory for decades now. And 2 years ago, when I sat down with Chris and went over different options for us, I always thought it was just, okay, you're covering it. This is how much it is. End of story. But there are so many nuances and so much planning that can go and be involved with the insurance package, that Chris came to us, and we've saved literally over $100,000 over the past year and a half working with Chris and his team at Epic Insurance. So I think he has the know-how on the insurance side. He certainly has the know-how on the equine side, and he's willing to be creative and work with your budget and your needs in order to get you the best product possible. So I can fully endorse him as a client of his and as a friend of Chris. He's a friend of the show. He's a personal friend as well. And he was even with us in Miami this week watching some of the races go. And he and his wife brought us some luck, and we got into the winner's circle together. So if you want that as a cherry on top, that's the added effort that he goes to give his clients.
Exactly. And if you want to check them out, you can go to epicbrokers.com, or you can email Chris. Chris, I hope you're okay with me giving out your email address. Chris.moore, M-O-O-R-E, at epicbrokers.com. I won't give out your cell number just yet, Chris. Maybe later on, once you re-up, we'll give the people the direct line
what they want.
to text you. But no, in all seriousness, shout out to Epic. Shout out to Chris. We're so excited to have you guys on board. So excited for this partnership. And it's not just a little ad spiel here. We have a sponsored segment every week now from Epic Insurance, the Epic Performance of the Week. We have a fancy new announcer. I think that's going to ring this in for us. And it's an all-in-the-family affair for week one of the Epic Performance of the Week, because our buddy John Green and DJ Stable there it is. You see the hat, the Breeders' Cup Nitrogen hat. Nitrogen, I don't think there's another 3-year-old filly on the turf that's at her level right now. She had a great win on Saturday at Gulfstream Park. What was the stake, John? Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
It's Ginger Brew.
The Ginger Brew. There we go. There's a lot of 3-year-old stakes. But if you watch we're going to show it. But if you watch the race, she was bottled up for a lot of that stretch and a lot of that turn and came flying late. So without further ado, here's this week's
The Epic Performance of the Week.
That was crazy, crazy exciting. I thought you guys were in trouble for a lot of that race. And the way she flew once Jose Ortiz got her out in the clear, that was really, really impressive. Obviously, she was awesome in the Breeders' Cup as well. That's John. I mean, that gives you goosebumps, doesn't it?
You know, Joe, I literally was standing there next to my dad, and she was so bottled up going into the final turn. I turned to him and I said, "We're screwed," because there was just nowhere for her to go. And she's a big, lanky filly, so she needs to have like some runway to kind of get out. But once daylight opened, Jose had all the confidence in the world, and he actually flew in from New Orleans to ride this horse. We didn't have to induce him or anything like that. He was like, "I want to stay with her." And he flew in, gave up a full day's rides at the fairgrounds in order to come to Miami. And when he got off and we're holding the trophy, Jose is not a man of a lot of words. He's a man of few words, I should say. And he turned to us and he said, "Boy, I'm glad we got there."
You don't want Len glaring at him when he came back if he got him stuck the whole way.
Exactly. So we're kicking around a couple of options. One is there's a 3-race turf series at Gulfstream, or the Florida Oaks, which is a Grade 3, and it's a 16th of a mile further. So at Tampa Bay, and that's a little bit later. So it's just going to depend on how she comes out of the race. But I'm honored and privileged that she earned the Epic Performance of the Week. The very first one, the inaugural one, as it were.